Hey YHS Universe, Jake here with YHS on Monster Island, and as I continue to circumnavigate the greater Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex and hitting up all the cool vintage toy stores, the antique malls, the comic book shops in search for really good kaiju toys, I've come to Kinokuniya, Texas, which is a suburb southwest of Arlington, and I'm at Todd's Toys. I've never been to this store. It's a relatively new store. I've heard good things, so I'm going to go in and see if they have any kaiju, and fingers crossed, and I hope that I can find something and talk to you about it here soon. So I will talk to you in a bit. Well, as you can tell, cool store, really great store, very nice people, highly recommended, but they don't really deal in any kaiju or Japanese imported goods, at least X Plus and Marmon and Bullmark and Marison and kind of the ones that we would typically go to as Godzilla and Kaiju fans. But highly recommend Todd's Toys in Kinokuniya, Texas, like I said, southwest of Arlington, and onward and upward to the next store, and hopefully I'll have better luck. So I'm just leaving Todd's Toys in Kinokuniya and heading to the Retro Madness Arlington location. If you remember from a prior video, I visited their Bedford location already and didn't have much luck. So hopefully we'll have better luck this time at this location. The good news is it's only about 2 miles away from Todd's Toys. So I was able to hit both here in a relatively short period of time. And I will talk to you after I leave the store, and hopefully with a lot of kaiju goodies. So I just left Retro Madness's Arlington location. Unfortunately, no kaiju toys to speak of. I talked to the owner, really nice guy, fun store. And he was like, they can't keep Godzilla X Plus on the shelf for more than a day. So just bad timing on my part. Had a nice conversation with him about Godzilla, about Dino Riders. He's actually an avid Dino Riders collector. So that was kind of cool. But unfortunately, it's a bust today between the two stores, even though both stores I highly recommend you going and checking out. But, when you collect high-end or unique or just imported Japanese collectibles like from X Plus and Marmot and such, when you're going out to stores in a market like the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, this is how this happens. You have to get used to failure. And though it's not as efficient as, let's say, going on eBay or another secondhand selling site, it's way more fun. And there's a thrill of the hunt, and you get to go to unique places and meet some cool people. So it's a bust today. But you know what? I don't regret it, and hopefully tomorrow will yield better results. Thanks, and Kaiju Soshingeki. So on the way back from Retro Madness, I just realized I drive right by Cooper Street Antiques in Arlington, Texas. It's a big antique store, been around for a while. It's a great store. I'm going to go in and see what they have. Last time I was here, I did pick up a really cool Mexican bootleg Luke Skywalker. So maybe I'll have the similar luck as well, bootleg or not, with Kaiju. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to rush through it. I don't have a lot of time, but before I close out the day and call it quits, I am going to hit up Cooper Street Antiques. 3 strikes, I'm out. Nothing at Cooper Street Antiques from a kaiju standpoint. Great store. Hey, if you're into Star Wars or autographs, this is your place. But in all seriousness, it's a great antique store. Just nothing for me today. So today's over. It's one of those days as a kaiju collector, but you know, hey, we'll get back on the horse next week. So guys, I was actually out in the Plano area chasing down a Ninja Turtles, the Stern Pinball crate at Walmart. But even though BrickSeek said that there was one there, it wasn't there. Somebody had already bought it. So since I was in the area, I went ahead and went over to Madness Games and Comics. Now, Madness is one of the largest comic book, games, collectibles, toy stores in Texas. It is massive. It is awesome. It is gigantic. It's huge. I'm hoping to find some cool Godzilla stuff here. I know they're gonna have a lot of cool stuff. I just don't know how much of it will be kaiju related. I love Madness Comics. In fact, personal history with these guys, as I actually wrote a few of my chapters for the second book in the Duke LaGrange series here during a ride-in event that they had there. So I do have this kind of connection here. So I'm hoping that will lead me to some kaiju success. Who knows? But I'm hoping that it will, and we will check it here in a second. Okay, since we're in Plano and we struck out at Madness, we're gonna go to the Plano Antique Mall. This is a little bit of a hidden gem. It's in kind of, it looks like kind of a rundown, decrepit old building, but I've had some luck here. I've had some luck finding some really cool stuff. Nothing kaiju related, but still some really cool stuff that makes it worth a stop. And I was only about 3 miles away. So I'm going to go in here. Let's hope I can get something to salvage the day. If not, then I'm going to go home and then we will, you know, live to hunt another day. Leaving the Plano Antique Mall right now. Unfortunately, nothing in the way of kaiju toys. I almost thought I had an original lobby card, but because it had some of the yellowing around the sides, I thought it might be something original, even though the actual photograph and design didn't seem very original. I talked to the lady there. It definitely was a reproduction. So, you know, I thought I had a steal, but it wasn't. And but hey, some really cool stuff here. Some really cool reproduction, kaiju and monster movie stuff. If you want some, you know, some nice lobby card repros. But other than that, not a ton of stuff for me, but it's always worth a nice visit here at the Plano Antique Mall. I do recommend you checking it out if you're in the area. Okay, so an unplanned stop on the itinerary, and that was to the Mitsuya Marketplace and the Kinokuniya bookstore within that marketplace. And of course, that is the bookstore that houses the Godzilla pop-up shelf stores, whatever you want to call it, from the Godzilla store in Tokyo. And I'm so glad I did, because even though I was there last week, and it's on a video to prove it, They restocked the shelves. They got some new merchandise in, and once again, I'm so glad I did it. It makes up for all of the lackluster store visits I've had over the last couple of days where I've just come out empty-handed, and I picked up this bad boy. Now, you're not gonna be able to see it here. It's just the box. It's just the box, but that is the 1954 Train Biter Godzilla store exclusive Defo Reel X Plus. Now, I don't collect DFOs. It's not my thing, but this is one I will make an exception for because it's the Godzilla store exclusive. It's the 54 version, which I love, and it's the Train Biter version, which I love, and it's a really cool piece. So I'm gonna get home, I'm gonna open this bad boy up, take a look at him, and yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and say that the last couple of days, this is worth it. What a great pickup from Kinokuniya in Plano. And now I'm gonna go get myself a green milk tea and head on home. And here is that 1954 Godzilla, the Train Biter. And this is the Godzilla store exclusive, the Defo Reel from X Plus. Pretty cool stuff here. There's the limited edition patch. Really neat thing. I'm not gonna take it actually out of the plastic container. I'm gonna keep it in there. I do like it, even though it's kind of hard to see. I love this packaging. I think it's really cool. And yeah, I mean, I was just blown away by being able to find this in a store, in a physical location here in Plano, Texas. I'm just really pumped, and I think this is a great piece. And even though I don't collect Defo Reels, I do love me some X Plus. And I think if I keep one, I think this would be the one that I would get anyway. So pretty cool stuff. Really excited for the find. And like I said, it makes all those visits to stores where I didn't get anything, I didn't find anything, makes it all worthwhile by finding this little beauty in the wild.